Okay, I am going to do the warm-up stuff that we do in my regular day pants so that you realize, and I realize, that we can do this without actually having to do a lot of preparation. We don't have to seat ourselves in half lotus or easy pose. You can sit in staff pose with your legs straight out. But either way, sometimes I like to put something soft like this, just real thin, a little bit right under the back of my ass, because it boosts my spine forward, tilts my pelvis forward, helps me keep my back engaged. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the breathing. Make a nice big exhale, because then I can make sure my air is completely out, so that I get all fresh air right down to the bottom of my belly, right down to the bottom of my lungs. So I get a nice breath in. And I'm keeping my shoulders stacked on my hips and my ears. I'm trying to have them stacked on my shoulders, kind of thinking of where the seam in my shirt is, and having my ears lined up right above that. So I'll get a nice exhale. And then I take a breath in, all the way in. You can think about your tactical breathing in the squares if you want. Trying to match the length of my inhale to the length of my exhale, so that it starts to kind of have a nice rhythm of peacefulness. So now I'm going to breathe in again. And on my exhale, I'm letting my right ear drop towards my right shoulder. I'm going to keep my right shoulder down. I'm going to let my right hand rest on my head, because it helps to kind of guide it straight. I don't want it tipping forward or tipping back, or my back curled up. And I'm going to bring my left arm around to the small of my back with the back of my hand on my spine. And I'm breathing in and out here. Just allowing my right ear to drop to my right shoulder. Just getting some good breathing. I got a helper here, Oswald, don't I? Yes, I do. And then on my exhale, I'm going to let my head loose again, back to neutral. And when I say neutral, sometimes we're going to drive our head forward and back in the, think of it in a slot or something, I don't know what, so that I can make sure that I'm not doing some kind of a gargoyle or a vulture neck thing, having sat in front of the computer most of the morning. So then I'm going to take a nice breath in. And exhaling, I'm going to let my left ear go to my left shoulder, and I'm putting my left hand up there. Again, I'm not pulling on my head. I'm allowing my head to drop. And I'm going to put my right hand around behind my back to make sure my spine is engaged. And I'm lengthening my spine and allowing that right side of my neck to open. So we're not pulling, we're just letting. Okay. Breathing. I don't know what happened to my music. I thought I had it on. Maybe it doesn't play when it's recording. I don't know. I'll work on that. And then I'm going to take a breath in and exhale and release my head and let my head come back to neutral. The idea is to come back to like a reflex in the right spot, which means that even when I'm sitting at my computer, I might do it right. So I'm going to take another breath in now, and then turning my face a little bit to the right, which I say is towards 2 o'clock on the clock, and then letting my chin come down to my chest. I'm going to put my right hand up there and my left arm around my back again, and breathing nicely. Just allowing my spine to lengthen and open. These are some of the exercises that the physical therapist taught me after I saw that orthopedic guy in regards to neck mobility, flexibility, and healing the discs. So I'll take a breath in and exhale and release my head and let it come to neutral. And then I'm going to turn my face towards 10 o'clock 9:30, 9:45. And let my chin come down, and my left hand is going up and my right arm is going around my back. And I'm breathing, just allowing it to open. We're not doing anything extra here, okay? You're not pulling it so that it goes into some position it's never been in. Okay, you're just letting it go. Breathing. There's another kitty. Okay, and I'll take a breath in. And I'm going to exhale and release my head and go back to neutral. And then I'm going to get ready now to start the neck rolls. So I'll take a breath in as I breathe back, as I roll back. Inhaling as my head goes back. And then exhaling it forward. Not trying to move my whole upper body or raise my shoulders up to meet my head. I'm just trying to let the head do the rolling. So we breathe in as we go back. And let it roll across the back. Oh yeah. And then exhaling forward. And then breathing in as it goes back. You can keep doing this as long as you want. You could actually pause this video. That's the beauty of our new system here. And then exhaling as I roll forward. In case you have to take a phone call or something, you can pause it and come back. And we will have done nothing without you. I'm going to go take advantage now of changing directions. My chin is near my chest, but I'm inhaling as I roll back. And then letting it roll across the back and exhaling as it rolls forward. The kitties love yoga. There's 2 of them lying here now, purring and getting as long as they can. So we should do that too. Finishing this lap around my head here, allowing the weight of my head to do the work. And when my chin gets to my chest, I'm going to let it hang there. And I'm weaving my fingers together, placing them on the back of my head, right where the neck sticks into the skull. I'm not pulling, I'm just letting my elbows flop forward. And this is where I'm thinking about that string that we sometimes talk about that would be our spine attached to the top of that. And if it would be pulling just a little bit to lengthen my spine, kind of right from where it bends right there at that knob. And then also at the same time, I'm reaching forward across the room with the crown of my head. So the whole spine and neck are getting as long as possible. It's good shit. And then I'm going to exhale and release my hands from my head and come back to my neutral, checking my shoulders and my hips. And I'm also checking that my ears are still above my collarbones. So then I'm going to start opening my wrists up. So I'm going to spread my fingers. And inhaling, I'm going to roll my hands towards the center, inhaling them all the way up into upward salute with my arms. My palms are facing each other up there. I know you can't see them. And then I'm going to turn them the other direction as I exhale down. And then inhaling up, all the way up, and exhaling down. And inhaling up, all the way up. Great big deep breath. We're going to get 3 of these. Palms are facing each other, and then exhaling down, letting them come all the way down, and letting my hands repose on my knees. If you're sitting in staff pose with your feet out, you can just put your hands on the floor, right? So we're going to go from this into our sexy shoulder rolls. So here I'm going to start moving my shoulders together, backwards, down, forward, up, and back. Just, again, not creating any new range of motion. We're just exploring the whole range of motion that we already have. Yep, that's what we're doing. And then I'm going to go one shoulder at a time. Right shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder. Really liking that. Yep. And then I'll go forward Both shoulders rolling forward here together. I'm thinking about those big shields that those gladiators outside the Roman Colosseum, those guys out there dressed in costume that'll take pictures with you, they carry those shields. And so this is about the size of the circles I'm trying to make. And then I'm going to go right shoulder and left shoulder one at a time, around and around and around. And then I'm going to let them come to a halt. Again, always trying to come back to that neutral pose. Now I'm going to do that spine thing that we call stirring the pot, not actually causing trouble, but thinking of the whole spine as a handle on a spoon, and the bottom of the spoon is in the cauldron of our pelvis. And I'm going to try to scrape the sides of the cauldron by just moving a little bit around in the circle. I feel a lot of things going on in my hips when I do this, the actual joints, because they're little tiny muscles down there. And then I'm going to go the other way. A couple laps like this. And then I'm going to come to a halt. And that's all I'm going to do for my warm-up right now. Get a couple of nice breaths. And that might just be enough for now. So I'm going to shut this video off. And it's not going to be magical because I'm the only one here. So I'm the one shutting it off. That was 11